All right, so you're prepping for a Pultrusion Machine Operator interview, and you want to really knock it out of the park. We've got you covered. Think of this deep dive as like your cheat sheet to interview success. We're going to break down some sample questions, figure out what those interviewers are really looking for, and we'll even sprinkle in some career insights. Plus, we'll show you how RoleCatcher can use the power of AI to help you fine-tune your answers.
Yeah, it's all about giving you that insider edge, you know?
Exactly. And we've got a ton of great resources for this from RoleCatcher, which is this platform packed with career advice and AI tools. So before we jump into the questions, let's quickly cover what a Pultrusion Machine Operator actually does.
You're basically at the heart of creating these composite materials. And these are materials that are made by combining different types of materials, you know? You think fiberglass, carbon fiber to make something even stronger than the individual components.
So like how they make airplane wings or boat hulls.
Exactly. And as the operator, you would be feeding those materials into the pultrusion machine, monitoring that process, making sure the resin is applied properly, and basically guiding the transformation of these raw materials into a solid-shaped product.
That sounds pretty high-tech.
It is. You're working with specialized equipment. You need to be comfortable with technical details. You know, it's not just about pushing buttons. It's about understanding that process and troubleshooting any issues that might come up. But the cool thing is that this kind of job is in high demand. You know, companies are looking for skilled operators who can keep those machines humming.
Okay, so you're not just prepping for any job. You're prepping for a solid career path. Let's dive into those interview questions then. First up is, can you describe your experience with Pultrusion machines?
This one seems pretty straightforward, but they're looking for more than just a list of machines that you've touched. What they really want to know is how deeply you understand the pultrusion process itself.
So if you've got direct experience, what's the best way to answer this?
Definitely talk about the specific types of machines you've worked with, the products you helped create. Maybe even mention different resin systems or challenges that you've overcome. For example, you could say something like, I've operated both reciprocating and continuous pultrusion machines, producing everything from structural beams for construction to lightweight components for sporting goods.
Okay, that paints a pretty clear picture. But what if you don't have direct experience with Pultrusion machines? Should you just be upfront and say that?
Honesty is always key, but you can still highlight transferable skills. Have you worked with other types of manufacturing equipment? Do you have experience troubleshooting mechanical systems or working with composite materials in other settings?
So even if you haven't worked with a Pultrusion machine specifically, you can still connect the dots for them.
Exactly. You could say, while my experience is primarily with injection molding, I'm a quick learner and I've always been fascinated by composite materials. I've even taken some online courses on pultrusion to familiarize myself with the process.
That shows initiative. Okay, the next question is, how do you ensure that the pultrusion process is running smoothly?
This is where they're trying to get a sense of your attention to detail. It's all about showcasing your ability to monitor those critical process parameters. Think about the things you'd be checking regularly: temperature, pressure, resin flow, the speed of the line, and the appearance of the finished product.
Yeah, it sounds like they want somebody who's proactive.
Yeah.
And not just waiting for things to go wrong.
Absolutely. And to really impress them, you can go beyond just listing what to monitor. Talk about specific actions you would take to prevent problems, you might say. I'm a big believer in preventative maintenance. I'd make sure to regularly inspect the equipment, calibrate sensors, and double-check material batches for consistency to avoid any surprises during production.
That shows you're thinking ahead. Now, this next question is, can you describe a time when you had to troubleshoot a problem with a Pultrusion machine?
The classic tell me about a time question. They want a real story here, not just a hypothetical situation. This is your chance to demonstrate your problem-solving skills in action.
So how do you pick the right story?
Think about a situation that highlights your technical knowledge, your ability to think critically, and your communication skills. Maybe you noticed a flaw in the finished product, traced it back to a worn-out guide shoe, and managed to replace it without disrupting the production line.
And even if it wasn't a perfect fix, you could still talk about what you learned from the experience.
Exactly. Maybe you realize the importance of keeping a detailed logbook, or how effective teamwork can be in identifying and solving problems quickly.
Okay, on to the next question. How do you prioritize your tasks when operating multiple Pultrusion machines? This sounds like a real juggling act.
It can be, especially in a busy production environment. Here, they want to understand how you organize your work and stay on top of things. You could mention a system you use. Maybe you prioritize tasks based on deadlines. the complexity of the product, or the potential for downtime if a machine isn't running smoothly.
So having a clear system shows them that you can handle the pressure.
Right. And don't be afraid to mention tools or techniques that help you stay organized. Maybe you use checklists, a digital task manager, or a whiteboard to keep track of everything.
It's all about demonstrating that you're organized and efficient. All right, next question. Can you describe your experience with quality control in pultrusion manufacturing?
Quality is everything in this industry. They want to know that you understand the importance of meeting those strict specifications. If you have experience, talk about the methods you've used. Visual inspection, dimensional checks, maybe even more advanced techniques like ultrasonic testing.
So showing you understand the importance of those quality standards is key.
Exactly. And even if your experience is limited, you can still talk about how you'd approach quality control. Maybe you're a stickler for detail, you double-check your work, or you familiarize yourself with the company's quality management system.
It's all about conveying your commitment to delivering a top-notch product. Now, this one is really important. How do you ensure the safety of yourself and others when operating pultrusion machines?
This is non-negotiable. You absolutely have to demonstrate your understanding of safety procedures. Talk about wearing the proper protective gear, following lockout, tagout procedures, being aware of your surroundings, and immediately reporting any hazards.
So it's not enough to just say, I'll be careful. You need to show them, the specific protocols.
Right. You could say something like, I always prioritize safety by wearing appropriate PPE, conducting pre-shipped equipment checks, and following lockout, tagout procedures. I'm also a strong believer in clear communication with my team to ensure everyone's aware of potential hazards.
That's a great example. Okay, let's move on to question number 7. Can you describe a time when you had to work under pressure to meet a deadline?
Another tell me about a time question. Here, they want to see how you handle stress and maintain composure when things get hectic. Think of a time when you faced a tight deadline, maybe a rush order or unexpected production issue, and how you stepped up to get the job done.
But it's not just about working hard, right? You need to highlight how you stayed organized and made smart decisions.
Exactly. Maybe you prioritized tasks, delegated effectively, or communicated proactively with your team and clients to manage expectations.
It's about showing them that you can be cool under pressure and still deliver results. All right, on to question 8. How do you stay up to date with industry advancements in pultrusion manufacturing?
Here, they're looking for someone who's proactive and interested in continuous learning. Mention industry publications, websites like Composites World or JEC Composites Magazine, conferences, online courses, or even just talk and shop with other professionals.
So you're basically showing them you're not just content with the status quo, but always looking to expand your knowledge and skills.
Exactly. You might say, I regularly read industry magazines like Composites World and JEC Composites Magazine to stay informed about the latest materials and processes. I also attend webinars and workshops to keep my skills sharp.
That's a great way to show you're invested in your career. And speaking of career development, I'm curious, what are some of the paths someone could take starting out as a pultrusion machine operator?
Well, with experience and additional training, you could move into more senior roles like lead operator or supervisor. Some operators specialize in certain types of pultrusion or materials, becoming sought-after experts, and some even transition into roles like quality control process engineering or even sales and technical support.
So there's a lot of room for growth within this field.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's a dynamic industry with lots of opportunities for those who are willing to learn and adapt.
Let's tackle the final question for this section, which is, can you describe your experience with troubleshooting software and programming for pultrusion machines?
This one delves into the tech side of things. They want to gauge your comfort level with technology and your ability to troubleshoot software issues that might arise. Now, if you have direct experience, that's fantastic. Describe specific instances where you successfully troubleshooted software issues or even programmed machines.
But what if you're not a coding whiz? Is it okay to admit that?
Of course. If you're not a programmer, that's fine. But you can still highlight any relevant experience you have, like working with computer-controlled equipment, troubleshooting basic software glitches, or even your willingness to learn. Emphasize your eagerness to learn new technologies and your ability to grasp complex concepts.
So being adaptable and showing a desire to learn can go a long way. Now, before we jump into the next set of questions, I want to touch on something really helpful that RoleCatcher offers. Their AI-powered tools can be a game changer for interview prep.
Absolutely. Imagine having an AI system that helps you tailor your answers to specific job descriptions and even gives you feedback on your delivery.
That's incredible. So if you want that extra edge, definitely check out RoleCatcher.
It's like having a personalized interview coach right in your pocket.
All right, we've covered a lot of ground already, but there's more to come. After a quick break, we'll be back with more insights and strategies to help you rock that interview.
You know, as we've been going through these questions, it's really struck me how much emphasis there is on problem solving and critical thinking in this role.
Yeah, it's not just about knowing how to run the machines. It's about being able to handle those curveballs that inevitably come up in like a manufacturing environment.
Exactly. And speaking of curveballs, our next question dives right into that. Can you describe a time when you had to work under pressure to meet a deadline?
Hmm.
They want to hear like a real story about how you handled a stressful situation.
So how do you pick the right story to share? I mean, everybody's had those crunch time moments, right?
Yeah, choose a situation where you had to think on your feet, make quick decisions, and ultimately deliver results. Maybe there was a sudden equipment malfunction, a rush order came in, or a key material was delayed. Walk them through how you assessed the situation, came up with a plan, and executed it effectively.
Yeah, it's about showcasing your ability to stay calm, prioritize tasks, and find solutions even when the pressure's on.
And don't forget to highlight what you learned from that experience. Maybe
Yeah.
it reinforced the importance of communication, proactive planning, or even just having a backup plan.
Yeah, it's all about showing that you can learn and grow from those challenging moments. Now, shifting gears a bit, the next question is, how do you stay up to date with industry advancements in pultrusion manufacturing?
This one is all about demonstrating your passion for the field and your commitment to continuous learning. Interviewers want to see that you're not just content with the status quo, but that you're actively seeking out new knowledge and skills.
It's like showing them that you're invested in your future in this industry.
Exactly. And there are so many resources available. Mention industry publications, websites like Composites World or JEC Composites Magazine, conferences, online courses, or even just networking with other professionals.
Yeah, attending industry events and connecting with others in the field could be so valuable.
Absolutely. You could even mention specific topics you're interested in, like advancements in automation, sustainable materials, or new resin systems.
It's all about showcasing your curiosity and drive to stay ahead of the curve. Okay, let's dive into another technical question. Can you describe your experience with troubleshooting software and programming for Pultrusion machines?
This one gets to the heart of your technical skills. Now, if you have direct experience with troubleshooting software or even programming machines, definitely share those stories.
Yeah, given the specific examples of problems you solved and how you approached them.
Right. But even if you're not a software engineer, you can still highlight any relevant experience you have. Have you worked with computer-controlled equipment in other settings? Do you have a basic understanding of programming concepts?
It's about showing them that you're comfortable with technology and willing to learn new things.
Exactly. You could say something like, while my primary experience has been hands-on operation, I'm eager to learn more about the software side of Pultrusion. I've taken some online courses in basic programming, and I'm comfortable troubleshooting basic software issues.
That demonstrates adaptability and a desire to grow. Now, before we move on, I want to circle back to something we touched on earlier, career advancement. You mentioned that there's potential for growth in this field,
Yeah.
but what are some concrete steps someone can take to boost their career prospects?
One of the best things you can do is invest in continuous learning. There are tons of online courses, webinars, and workshops offered by industry experts that can help you stay up to date on the latest technologies and techniques.
Yeah, it's like investing in your future earning potential.
Exactly. And consider pursuing certifications. The American Composites Manufacturers Association, ACMA, offers a range of certifications, from manufacturing fundamentals to more specialized areas like design and process engineering. These certifications can make you stand out from the competition and demonstrate your commitment to the profession.
So it's not just about gaining experience on the job, but also actively seeking out opportunities to enhance your skills and knowledge.
Absolutely. And don't underestimate the power of networking. Attending industry events, join in professional organizations like the ACMA or SAMMP, Society for the Advancement of Material and Process Engineering, and connecting with people in the field can open doors to new opportunities and provide valuable insights into different career paths.
So get out there, talk to people, attend conferences, and build those relationships.
Exactly. And don't forget to document your accomplishments and build a portfolio that showcases your skills and experience. This can be incredibly helpful when applying for more advanced roles or showcasing your expertise expertise to potential employers.
That's a great tip. Now, before we wrap up this deep dive, I want to highlight one more way RoleCatcher can be your secret weapon in landing that dream job. Their AI-powered CV resume builder.
This tool is incredible. It uses AI to analyze job descriptions, identify missing skills from your resume, and then helps you tailor your resume to highlight those skills and make a stronger impression.
It's like having a personalized resume consultant in your pocket.
Exactly. It takes the guesswork out of resume writing and helps you present yourself as the ideal candidate, increasing your chances of getting shortlisted for interviews.
So if you're serious about acing that Pultrusion Machine Operator interview and building a successful career in this field, RoleCatcher is definitely worth checking out.
It's your one-stop shop for interview and career success. Now, as we head into the final stretch of our deep dive, I want to leave you with a thought-provoking question.
Ooh, I love a good brain teaser. Lay it on me.
We've talked about the skills and experience that are essential for a Pultrusion machine operator. But what about the qualities that set someone apart? What personal attributes beyond technical know-how do you think contribute to success in this role?
That's a great question. I'm thinking things like attention to detail, a strong work ethic, the ability to work both independently and as part of a team, and maybe even a bit of creativity and problem-solving flair.
Those are all excellent points, and I think that's a perfect note to end on. As you prepare for your interview, remember that it's not just about showcasing your technical skills, but also highlighting those personal qualities that make you a valuable asset to any team.
And always remember that you've got this. Now let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have some final thoughts and resources to help you on your journey to becoming a Pultrusion machine operator. We've covered a ton of ground today, from tackling those tough interview questions to exploring career paths and even harnessing the power of AI with tools like RoleCatcher.
It's been quite a journey, and hopefully you're feeling much more confident and prepared to take on that Pultrusion machine operator interview.
Definitely. But before we wrap up, you left us with a really interesting question at the end of the last segment. You asked about the personal qualities that make someone successful in this role beyond just the technical skills.
Exactly, because while technical knowledge is essential, those soft skills can really set you apart and show an employer that you're not just qualified, but also like a great fit for their team.
So what are some of those key qualities?
Well, we touched on a few already. Things like attention to detail, a strong work ethic, the ability to work both independently and collaboratively. But I think there are a few others that are particularly important in Pultrusion manufacturing.
I'm all ears.
First, I'd say adaptability is crucial. The manufacturing world is constantly evolving with new technologies and materials emerging all the time. Someone who's open to learning new things, comfortable with change, and able to adjust to different situations will thrive in this environment.
That makes sense. You need to be able to roll with the punches and embrace those advancements.
Exactly. And along with adaptability, problem-solving skills are paramount. Things don't always go according to plan in manufacturing. There will be unexpected challenges, equipment malfunctions, and even just those head-scratching moments where you need to figure out why something isn't working as it should.
So being able to think critically, troubleshoot effectively, and find solutions is essential.
Absolutely. And I'd add one more quality to the mix: communication skills. Pultrusion operators often work as part of a team, interacting with colleagues, supervisors, engineers, and maybe even clients.
So being able to communicate clearly and effectively is crucial.
It is, whether it's explaining a technical issue, providing updates on production progress, or collaborating on a solution, those communication skills can make all the difference in a smooth and efficient operation.
Those are all such valuable insights, and it really highlights that while technical skills are the foundation, those personal qualities are what truly build a successful career.
Couldn't agree more. So as you go into that interview, remember to showcase not just what you know, but who you are as a person.
Be confident, be enthusiastic, and let your personality shine through, because finding the right fit is just as important as having the right skills.
Well said. And remember, if you're looking for an extra boost in your interview prep, RoleCatcher has you covered. Their AI-powered tools can help you tailor your answers, refine your delivery, and even perfect your resume.
It's like having a personal career coach right at your fingertips. And with that, I think we've reached the end of our deep dive into preparing for a Pultrusion machine operator interview.
We've explored the intricacies of the role, armed you with strategies to tackle those interview questions, and even uncovered some valuable career insights.
We hope you're feeling empowered and ready to take on that interview.
Best of luck on your job hunt. We're cheering you on every step of the way.
And remember, no matter where your career path takes you, the key is to never stop learning, growing, and pursuing your passions.
That's the recipe for a fulfilling and successful career no matter what field you choose.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.